Oh my god, it's Pikachu! It's Pikachu!
It's Earthworm
Wait, no,
Jim.
what the heck? Like I said before in my sleep, it cannot be a story without the characters, and the Earthworm Jim series has a lot of characters. Those ranging from allies, side characters, to villains and other bad guys, and today, I thought I'd talk about characters that were never really in the series, and were even cut from them. From characters that are still unknown, to characters that never made it into any of the games. In the beta version of Earthworm Jim 2, originally there was going to be more pre-rendered graphics in the game for more of the enemies. In this case, in anything but tangerines, originally there was going to be a green enemy that was going to appear, and it would have released a green gas cloud, which would follow the player, and it doesn't do damage to you, and it turns red if you shoot the thing. Most likely because it's unfinished, and the one cool thing is that it's actually pre-rendered unlike some of the enemies we see in the game, and it only appears in the beta version of the game, sadly. While on that topic, there's a few other enemies and things that would have appeared in Earthworm Jim 2 that only appear in the beta version of the game, that would have also been pre-rendered. Also, in a magazine, there's also this thing with a fork and on a bone, and I just thought I'd mention that because it's on the concept art for some reason. Alright, now let's get into one of the more known ones. Clutch. I've talked about this on my Iceberg video and my cancelled Earthworm Jim products video, but I'll explain this again. So when the action figures were first pitched and shown off, there was a character that was pitched known as Clutch, a sea slug with a cut-loss sword. And he was meant to be part of the first wave of the Earthworm Jim action figures by Playmates. He was sadly scrapped and a few prototypes do exist, but some of them are in the hands of collectors. It's also worth mentioning that there's also a possibility that if he was released and was greenlit, he would have most likely been in the TV show, since in the TV show, they introduced Hamsternator, who also was a new character they introduced in the series, and he was meant to have an action figure as well before that was cancelled. Okay, there is also the TV head people that were going to appear in Earthworm Jim 3D in the physical world before that was cut from the game, and here is footage and the only images of them. Also, in the 1997 beta version of Earthworm Jim 3D, there was also a character that was cut from the game known as Scarecrow, which is just, well, you know, a scarecrow. And not that much is known about it, other than it having a rocket launcher for an arm, and it may have been either an enemy or a boss. Now we're gonna get into the Earthworm Jim 3D characters who only have names and info about them, but no images of them. Solbeckless and Domicity. I think I butchered that name. These were two goddesses that would have been in a physical stage of Earthworm Jim 3D before they were cut. No images of them have been found at this moment. One of the characters you would have encountered in the game was Rabid Rabbit, who was described to be a metal rabbit on a scooter who would have acted like Norman Bates. It was the character in the 1960 horror film Psycho. It's also worth noting that in Earthworm Jim 3D, there was going to be a pork boarding level that would have took place inside of a motel bathroom where Jim has dodged a bunch of knives and other obstacles. And this is a reference to the most infamous and controversial shower scene. Claw Capaldi, who was going to be a mobster that was basically a lobster that wore a pinstripe suit and a fedora with a poker chip on his shoulder. According to some magazines, apparently he would have gave off Marlon Brando vibes. I'm assuming this is referring to his role in The Godfather. They were probably gonna do some parody of like mobster films, I'm assuming. He was sadly cut from the game. Around 2003, there was plans for an Earthworm Jim game on PlayStation 2 and Xbox, but it was cancelled for unknown reasons. My guess was because of the fact that Interplay had a lot on their table to handle. Anyways, there are some characters in the concept art that have been found. For some reason, there's two Earthworm Jims in the art. This is either a suit transformation thing or just another Earthworm in a suit. There's also these two male and female robots, which look like they would have possibly been side characters, and this one female character that reminds me of a lot of 2000s characters. Before you ask, I don't know which. There's also this art for a bull-like character that they show off. One thing I noticed is that if you look closely at the concept art, you'll see that it's wearing a supersuit similar to Earthworm Jim's, but black and red, which makes me wonder if the plot was going to involve more supersuits being made, or if this character was made in order to hunt down and kill Earthworm Jim. Anyways, there's this person with a bagpipe for a mask, and holding the enemies from the intentional distress level. Do you guys think this might have been a new version of Doc Doodle-Dum? There's also vampire characters that would have looked similar to the lawyers from the first game, and also there's this Grim Reaper character. According to some sources, it seems like there would have been an odd but funny scene where Earthworm Jim and the Grim Reaper would have been on a boat ride in Heck, and Jim would have been sad because apparently he was died. Oh crap, I made another typo. I meant dead guys. Anyways, the Grim Reaper would have been there and it would have told Jim to cheer up before changing his outfit into some fancy suit, and the scene would have turned into a musical with dancing demons and skeletons. That sounds like a wacky concept for Earthworm Jim. There's also this boss that was gonna be in a stage that would have had a Rome-like theme and would have been made out of cheese, and the boss would have been named Gorgonzola. There was going to be a PlayStation Portable game that would have had robotic crows that would have been made by Professor Monk for a head. If you're wondering how to know about this detail, to keep it short, before Doug Tunaple came out as a Rainbow Crusher and a woman hater, he had a YouTube channel where he would livestream a lot. One of his live streams, he was looking at artwork for some of the stuff he made. One of them was for Earthworm Jim, and one of the concept art were of crows that would have been controlled by Professor Monk for a head, and they would have looked robotic. And they look identical to the ones that are seen in the PSP game that was cancelled. If anyone had archive or have a re-upload of that stream, please let me know in the comments. Also, in the concept art, there was this enemy that would have held a Molotov. Also, at the same time, look at this reboot design of what Chuck would have looked like. Is it me, or does it look like Dr. Eggman? And now we get to our last characters, Moon, Five, and Bulldog. Just like the last few characters, there's not that much known about them because we haven't gotten any updates on Earthworm Jim Beyond the Groovy, and we don't even know if that show is even gonna happen. Heck, some people still think that it was an NFT trap. Anyways, watch my Earthworm Jim video if you want to know more about the situation. Now, we're introduced to 3 new characters. Five, who's an earthworm in a robotic suit. Bulldog, who is, well, you know, a bull. And then we get to Moon, aka the character that everyone and their colleague was simping for in 2021, other than Aunt Cass, Lady Dimitru, and the Samsung lady that we don't know much about her. Anyways, point is, Moon somehow blew up in the Earthworm Jim community, more than Earthworm Kib. I mean, there's like a lot of fan art of her. But the thing about it is, we don't even know that much about Moon, and the only thing we have of it is her appearance and audio.
Your Honor, I was just trying to chill, but Jim is a complete idiot.
That was all the characters in the Earthworm Jim series that are unknown or just never appeared in the series, minus the ones in Beyond the Groovy, since we don't know when that show's gonna come out. Apparently, it's on hold, which makes you question what they mean by that. Point is, there's a lot of characters that were meant to appear in the Earthworm Jim series, and hardly any of them appeared. I swear to God, it better not be like last time. I definitely know that's Raichu. It's definitely Raichu. It's gonna be what the heck is that? What the?